Hello everyone, Bradley Sward here. In this video today, 2022 Advent of Code Day 11 solution for part 1 of the problem, otherwise known as monkey doodle. There's a lot of data processing going on in this one for sure, even just to get the stuff from the data file into your program. And so you can see there's a bunch of monkeys, and in this case there's 4 total monkeys, numbered 0 through 3. They have a bunch of items, and they're going to do stuff with those items and basically calculate some values, move some stuff around, and then throw the items after they're done calculating from monkey to monkey. And one thing I noticed here, and I don't know, it isn't part of the problem now that I know what part 2 is that every monkey will not hold on to the item after it does the math. It will always toss it to somebody else. That kind of simplifies things a little bit, as much as this can be simplified. So it basically just goes through your item list, figures out, does some calculation on it, figures out if it's divisible, and then throws it to one of the other 2 monkeys. And you just go through the list per monkey. And since again, you don't have to worry about the monkey holding on to the items or anything like that, you don't have to worry about keeping this. And so after the monkey is done processing all the items, basically the monkey is not holding anything anymore. And then you just process from monkey to monkey to monkey to monkey over and over and over again. And then that's 1 round, and then basically the program is asking you, at least for part 1, to do 20 rounds of action. So to do something like that, this is my code. I'm not necessarily proud of it. It gets the job done kind of thing, right? So I've got 4 monkeys, 20 rounds, and the threat level is 3. Again, part 2 tells me that I don't have to divide this by this anymore, so I'm trying to keep my solution to something that's a little more manageable. And so basically you can see that half of the work here is just the data processing. And so basically I don't ever do anything with the monkey number, but we don't have to really necessarily worry about that, because it just goes into my list in that specific order. But then I keep track of a list of items, and that's the tricky part here, is how to break this thing down. And again, that's not fun code at all to try to read. I would definitely try to make that a little more readable if I could. But the operation, basically I break that down into 3 parts. I break it down into the left-hand side, the operation itself, and the right-hand side. So that's a list of 3 items. And then I also need to break this down into divisibility. So I have a divisible by 23, and if it's true, move to monkey 2. If it's false, move to monkey 3. So all of these items come up as a list of lists, and that's part of that. And so then at the end of the day, all the monkeys have this item in this data structure. And if you steal my code or whatever, you can take a look at that. But you can see that it's a list of lists. And then from here, like we've discussed, for every round, for every monkey, just go through this item list, figure out this calculation. So basically in this case, square the term. Take 79, square it, divide it by 3 because of whatever they say, and then figure out if that's divisible by 13. And if it is, throw it to monkey 1, and if it's not, throw it to monkey 3. And just process that over and over and over again. And the tricky part here is you can just see all the index arrays when it comes to figuring out, oh, monkeys, monkey part 2, that's my operation. And monkey 2, whatever, data at monkey 2 1, then that take into the 0. Wait, does that even work? Yeah, that works. So it just gets a little crazy here, but it gets the job done. And when I run my problem, I get a solution of 10,605, like the book or like the book does. What that says. But if I change this up to 20 rounds with 8 monkeys with threat level 8, I get an answer of 182,293, which just so happens to match up with there's 182,293. So now on to part 2. I thought it was going to be easy, but for somehow, I don't know how I'm clogging up the works here. I'm going to have to find a way to make this more efficient for part 2. Well, as always, thanks for sticking it out with me. Have a great day, everybody. Hope to have part 2 done by the end of it. Take care.